Hey guys, it's John and Darius.
You cook so gay?
And today we're going to show you how to make quiche Lorraine. So I've lined a pie shell with pie dough and I put some dried beans in it. We're going to cook that for 10 minutes in the oven. There's a sheet of parchment under there, under the beans. And then we're going to come over here and I'm going to show you, we're cutting an onion into little thin strips. And we're going to saute this in some of the leftover bacon grease from when I made the bacon. Now the best way to cut an onion is to keep the root end together. That way the onion stays intact when you're cutting it up. So you want these to be nice and translucent. That was a little thick. I just got new knives and I'm afraid I'm gonna cut my finger off. All right, so we're gonna put this in the bacon grease. So this is one whole onion. So I cooked the bacon in the cast iron skillet and then took out all the grease and left maybe a tablespoon, teaspoon, just a little bit. You don't want them swimming around in the bacon fat. This is going to lend some great flavor to the onions. So when the pie shell is cooked in 10 minutes, we're going to show you what to do next. In the meantime, I went to the Reading Terminal and got some really good Gruyère cheese. You can use Swiss cheese or Gruyère. We like the Gruyère. I shredded 1 cup of that. And I have 6 pieces of crispy bacon that I cooked earlier. And then we're gonna need 2 cups of cream, 4 eggs. So I'm gonna show you a trick to do that one of my favorite restaurants does to make the quiche as light as a marshmallow. You don't have to do it. You can just actually mix the eggs together with the cream and then just pour it over top of your ingredients and bake it like that. But we'll show you our method because it's the gay method and the gays always have better food ideas, I think.
Yeah.
And better music.
I agree.
But anyway, we will be back in a few minutes. I don't want to bore you with the pie shell cooking for 10, so we'll come back in a few. All right, so we're back and we have pulled out our pie shell. It's cooked for 10 minutes in a 400-degree oven. You can see part of the shell fell here. So I'm just gonna push that back up, like so. And then what we're gonna do is take our 4 eggs. I'm gonna whisk the egg whites with the big mixer until they're soft peaks. I'm gonna whip the egg whites with my little hand mixer until they're really creamy and pale yellow. And then we're gonna show you how to fold it into the 2 cups of cream. So we will be back, not to annoy you with noise. All right, so we're back and we have all our ingredients here. We have our soft egg whites. My egg yolks I mixed up. You remember how orange they were? They're pale yellow now. We have our caramelized onions, our crumbled bacon, our cup, and I do a little extra Gruyère because we love our cheese. A 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and then some fresh nutmeg. So what we're gonna do first is mix the egg yolks in the cream with our salt and pepper and fresh nutmeg. You can use the kind that's already grated, but fresh nutmeg is just so much better. Just don't go overboard because it'll kill you. Give that a stir. And now I'm going to do a trick that Moira Rose taught me. I'm going to fold in the egg whites. So like I said, you don't have to do the soft egg whites in the way we're doing it, but it just makes it like a marshmallow. Like you can see how creamy the egg whites are. So that's gonna make your custard creamy too. And I did consult with my friend of many, many years, Mark Danino, who owns the famous Chris's Jazz Cafe and is head chef there. And I was asking him, how do they get their quiche so airy and like light and like a marshmallow? And he knew the restaurant I was talking about, so he said that he had heard people had tried this, so we'll give it a whirl. So when you see little lumps like that, just make sure you cut them, because otherwise you'll have pockets of egg whites. And you can see it's really held its body. It's really creamy and light. Now we've lowered our temperature in the oven to 375 from 400. And now the next step is we're going to line our pie shell with the cooked onions that we cooked in the onion grease, bacon grease. Onions doesn't have grease. Go like this, spread them around. You don't want them burnt, you just want them caramelized and translucent. And if you really want to just do the eggs and the cream without the, this is actually such an easy dish to make, and it's so good. And we usually make it every Thanksgiving, but I tried something new this year that was absolutely vile. So we're going to go back to our traditional quiche Lorraine next year. And then we're going to take our crumble bacon. Make sure it's not super lumpy. Sprinkle that over the onions. The regular recipes call for 4, but you know, bacon makes everything better, so we put 6. After that, you sprinkle your Gruyère on. And I'm going to save a little bit for the top. You can use about a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese if you want to sprinkle on the top, but it's a little strong, so we're going to do the Gruyère on top. Then you spoon in your batter. And now I'm going to sprinkle on the rest of the Gruyère on top. And we're going to bake it for 25 minutes. Just take a look at that. So we'll be back to show you the final quiche Lorraine.
I'm dying to try this.
All right, folks, there it is. 25 minutes in the oven at 375, and our quiche is done. Now we're going to let it cool for about 10-15 minutes and eat it.
It's yummy, yum.
Hope you all enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, share it with your friends. Get our word out.
Yep.
Have a great holiday.
Bye.